Hello and welcome, I'm Alistair from Trail and Kale, and this is the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24. The Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24 is a daily trainer that has supportive properties, meaning it's kind of a stability shoe for anyone who wants to bag daily mileage, that being long, easy runs, but also you can use this shoe for wearing all day long, whether that's for walking or just standing around all day. It's a very versatile daily trainer, super comfortable. Like I said before, it's got stability properties, meaning it will support any pronation issues that you might have as well. I'm excited to get started on this one because it's a definite improvement over the Adrenaline GTS 23 from last year. I will do a little comparison of how these two compare and whether it's worth upgrading to this one, which it is, by the way. Won't keep you in suspense there. It's definitely better. There've been some really good improvements to it. So I'll go over that. I'll give you my performance review, and also at the end of a review I'll let you know if it's worth the price tag. But first, let's go over the key specifications. They cost $140 from Brooks Running. That's very reasonable for a running shoe like this, such a versatile daily trainer. They weigh 10 ounces or 283 grams, and that's for a size US men's 9, my pair. They have a high drop of 12 millimeters from heel to toe. The engineered mesh upper is really comfortable. There's tons of padding around the collars and also the heel counter at the back. I mean, just looking at that, it looks crazy comfortable, and I can confirm it's just as comfortable as it looks. Absolute dream to slip on. It's also a pretty breathable upper, so if you do run in hot conditions, maybe you live somewhere humid and hot, or it's summer where you are right now, then these will be good for that. The midsole is using nitrogen-infused DNA Loft 3 foam from Brooks, and that foam is quite firm, but it has good response, and there is enough cushioning on the landing as well, so it's a very balanced midsole, which I like for daily trainers because it doesn't give you too much support in terms of making it easy for you, so you do actually get some training benefits from running with a balanced midsole. And that actually shines through when it comes to race day, if you do have any races planned, because when you switch out from a balanced daily trainer like this, you will feel like you're being propelled forward when you step into your race day shoes. So there's certainly benefits to a balanced midsole like this. This is a stability shoe, so when it comes to support, Brooks is using their guide rails system, which basically gives the shoe a little bit of extra support for anyone who has pronation issues. It's not a huge kind of corrective stability shoe, which I personally like because it doesn't force you into a specific position, making the ride too uncomfortable. It guides you a little bit more than forcing you into a better gait. So the guide rail system is really nice. And by the way, if you're wondering what GTS stands for, it's not a sporty acronym, it's Go To Support, meaning it is one of Brooks's support or stability running shoes. When it comes to sizing and fit, the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24 does run true to size in length, but be aware it's quite snug in the toe box and around the heel. So if you have medium to narrow feet, you're going to get on well with these. If you have wide feet, you might have to look at the wide version instead. Or if you just have higher volume feet, maybe just go up a half size and that should be a better fit for you. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and comment on this video. That really helps me and my channel out if you just drop a comment or like the video. It doesn't take much to do it, and it's a good way to introduce yourself. Let me know where you're from, where you're based, what kind of running you like to do, whether you step into trails sometimes, you like to do road runs. Tell me what your favorite running shoe is right now. Just say hi, introduce yourself. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified as soon as new videos drop. My running shoe reviews are always genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoe I'm currently reviewing is going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point you have a question, maybe I've missed something, just ask it down in the comments and I'll get back to you. You made it to my performance review, my favorite part of every review. I'm going to start by going over the midsole because I always say this, the midsole is the heart of the running shoe. It's really what gives the shoe the essence or the ride that it provides. And that is the main thing. The ride is what is going to give you the experience out there on the run. So the DNA Loft version 3 foam, I have to say, is just really nicely balanced and it's very durable at that. So you get the nice cushioned, responsive ride for longer. And that's because the foam is very durable. So it will last a long time. You won't go losing any of that flex or bounce or responsiveness that soon. So that means it's got good longevity. And I do like the fact it's not hugely plush or hugely cushioned underfoot. That means you do get trained naturally to run a little bit more light-footed, which is good practice. Means you're going to be picking up your feet more often, increasing your cadence as you run, which is good. You really want to be hitting around 180 as a cadence. If you don't have a clue what I just said, go read that article. That'll teach you all about cadence and why it's so important for running. The outsole is also really durable as well. So you've got quite a lot of rubber compound coverage on there and it protrudes quite a lot from the foam that you see exposed in the white areas on this outsole, meaning there's a lot of rubber to wear through, giving it really good durability over time. The traction's been really good as well. Going back to the cushioning, it does offer a really responsive ride, meaning there is a good range in speed that you can perform with this shoe. So it is mostly a slower running shoe, just a bag easy mileage, kind of recovery runs or just daily jogs. Maybe you run 4 times a week, something like that. This shoe's really good for that. But because it is quite responsive and firm underfoot, you do have to get used to that. If you are going to be running long miles in a shoe with a balanced or firm midsole, you might feel it over time if you're not used to it. And so just be aware it's not a highly cushioned running shoe. If that is something you're looking for, definitely head up to that link. There I've put the best performing max cushion daily trainers in a list ranked by how they've performed in my reviews. So definitely check that out if you really want a shock absorption shoe, a shoe that just makes running feel like you really haven't run after your run. Those are the shoes that are really good for bagging long mileage, or if maybe you're an older runner, you just need that shock absorption to take some of the stress away from joints and muscles, then those shoes are really good for that as well. But this is a versatile daily trainer with stability. And that brings me to the fact it is a stability running shoe. So if you have overpronation issues, then you're really going to enjoy this shoe because it gently does guide your foot back to a natural, more neutral stance. And that's good if you are putting in lots of miles, you're starting to ramp up your distance or mileage because it is spring right now, then it's good to have a supportive shoe to help correct some of those gait issues. That will allow you to run more mileage without picking up those overuse injuries from pronating as you run. And I like the fact the stability guide rail system isn't too overcorrective, because if you do step into a high stability shoe from a neutral shoe, the shock of a correction might actually be a little bit too much, and that might give you an injury over time. So I like that it's kind of medium corrective, nothing too over the top. It feels really good. And then the final thing I'm going to talk about is the upper. It is a little bit snug in there, but it is super comfortable. And this is something that I've come to notice from Brooks. Just generally the uppers are just very comfortable. There's nothing hugely complicated or flashy going on, but that's good because it just works. The collars, the heel counter, the tongues, they're all very, very soft, padded and cushioned, making it feel just very supportive and plush to step into. And there is support in the upper as well, so it's nice that that kind of holds your foot within the shoe, so stop your foot moving around in the shoe. That combined with the guide rail system in the midsole does a great job of stabilizing your foot. The lacing system is also really good, very traditional, nothing fancy going on, but it's very easy to get a nice, quick, secure fit. And speaking of a secure fit, there is no real heel slippage either, so there's no energy lost when you're running from your heel slipping out of the shoe. So overall, really like the upper. could just be a little bit more voluminous in there. But like I said, there are wide options available. And if you do have a high volume foot, but your foot isn't hugely wide, then I'd recommend going up a half size. But if you've got medium width feet or narrower feet, then just go with your usual size and you'll be able to get a really nice fit straight out of the box with these. How does the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24 compared to the previous version, the Adrenaline GTS 23? Well, it's definitely more durable now, and I prefer the midsole. It just somehow feels that much more cushioned and the balance is better. I feel like I'm getting more spring or bounce back from the mid or forefoot area, which is good because 12mm drop on this shoe, it's also 12 on the previous version, does put you more on a forward stance. It kind of forces you to land a little bit more on the heel, but then knocks you forward. So I like the fact feels like there's better cushioning in the heel somehow, but also under the forefoot. So when you do spring off, it just gives you a more comfortable ride overall. It does feel a little bit narrower, I'd say, in the upper, but they do actually feel quite similar in terms of how the upper supports your foot, how cushioned they are around the heels and the heel counter, and how easy it is to get a nice secure fit within the shoe. So the upper feels very similar. If you're familiar with the Adrenaline GTS 23 and you like this, the Adrenaline GTS 24 is going to be a really good upgrade for you. I think you're definitely going to prefer this one over the previous generation. I certainly do. It feels more durable in the outsole as well. And by the way, they weigh exactly the same, so you're not going to notice a huge amount of difference. I think the most that you're going to notice is going to be coming from the ride underneath, which I think is better balanced throughout the entire length of the midsole. Is the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24 worth $140 then? Yes, it's 100% worth it. This one is a winner for me. I really enjoy wearing it. It just makes bagging easy miles a joy. I like the fact that the support in there isn't overly corrective, so I don't really have any major overpronation issues that I know of. So having a little bit of support is actually really nice. It allows me to concentrate on my form a little bit better. I can tune into what the shoe is doing to kind of correct my gait, and then I can take that to other runs in maybe a neutral running shoe and just kind of use that muscle memory that I'm getting from running in a support shoe like this and transfer it over and hopefully just improve my gait without getting support from my running shoes. And it actually makes a really good walking shoe or a lifestyle shoe if you do need a shoe that can handle being stood on throughout the whole entire day. It is a very versatile shoe, and I think for $140 you're actually getting one heck of a lot of shoe. So yes, if you are familiar with the previous version, you love that shoe and you're wondering if this one's a winner too, well yes, it's more than a winner, it's better than the previous version, so definitely worthy of an upgrade. But if you're coming to this shoe having never run in an Adrenaline GTS before, then I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. It's a fantastic stability running shoe and one I highly recommend. Well, thanks for watching this video. Once again, be sure to like it. Very easy, just tap that like button and drop a comment down below. Just say hi, let me know who you are, let me know where you're watching from. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.